Hello and welcome to Your World This Week, the weekly roundup for all the top news stories of the week. The top news stories this week are:
as the Israel-Hamas conflict continues, US President Joe Biden and UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak visited Israel this week. The US President arrived in Israel hours after the deadly airstrike that hit Gaza hospital, claiming at least 500 lives. After talks with the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, President Biden said that the massive explosion at the Gaza hospital was likely the result of actions by Palestinian militants rather than Israeli airstrike. After returning to the US, Biden called for a massive new aid package for Israel and Ukraine, and at the same time, he strongly denounced a rise in anti-Semitism and Islamophobia in the US. Meanwhile, as per Israeli authorities, at least 1,400 people have died and 4,562 others have been injured in Israel. Another 3,785 people have died and 12,000 have been wounded in Hamas-ruled Gaza, according to Palestinian Ministry of Health. The Supreme Court this week, in its landmark judgment, declined to legalize same-sex marriage and left it to the parliament to decide, agreeing with the central government that the legislature is the right forum to rule on the issue. The unanimous order by a five-judge bench came as a huge disappointment to the large LGBTQ community in the country. Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, said that the Supreme Court cannot make law. It can only interpret it and give effect to it. However, the apex court stressed that an individual's right to enter into a union cannot be restricted on the basis of sexual orientation. In a split verdict, CJI Chandrachud and Justice S.K. Kaul recognized the same-sex or unmarried couples to adopt, while Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt and Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice Hema Kohli disagreed. Canada this week removed 41 of its diplomats and their family members from India amid the ongoing row between the two countries. Canada also paused all in-person services at the consulates in Mumbai, Chandigarh and Bengaluru and urged its citizens in these three cities to exercise caution. All Canadians in India have been asked to contact the High Commission in New Delhi in case of any assistance. On the allegations of India violating the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, the Ministry of External Affairs clarified that no international norms were violated in India, seeking parity in the mutual diplomatic presence in New Delhi and Ottawa. Relations between India and Canada have plunged since Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau last month publicly linked Indian intelligence to the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. In what could be a treat for Salman fans, the trailer for much-awaited Tiger 3 dropped this week, and it lived up to the expectations. The 3-minute trailer continues the narrative from the preceding two films, with Salman Khan and Katrina Kaif reprising their roles as Tiger and Zoya. In the unique twist, this time Tiger's struggle is not only about safeguarding the nation, but also becomes intensely personal. In addition to defending external threats, Tiger faces a new villain played by Imran Hashmi, determined to harm him and his family at any expense. This action-packed Salman Khan starrer is slated to release over Diwali on November 12th. It's a dream run for the men in blue in the ongoing ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. After a dominant win over Pakistan last week, India continues their winning streak after defeating Bangladesh by 7 wickets. While Rohit Sharma gave the explosive start with Shubman Gill on the other side, it was Virat Kohli who took the spotlight as he slammed his 48th ODI century. However, in a major blow to the Indian side, all-rounder Hardik Pandya suffered an ankle injury. He will miss India's next World Cup clash against New Zealand. However, he will join the team in Lucknow for their clash against England.
राधे राधे तेरे बिना कृष्णा तो लगे आधे आधे राधे 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 ओ राधे राधे राधे.
Hope you liked this edition of Your World This Week. We will be back next week with yet another episode of Your World This Week. Have a good day.